Okay, we're going to be talking about number fact. We're still in whole numbers and we're going to deal with what is a number factor. This is in numbers, operations, and relationships. So what is a number factor? Factors are the numbers you multiply together to get another number, right? Factors are the numbers you multiply together to get another number. Let's have a look. What are the factors of 8? What are the numbers you've got to multiply together to get to 8? Okay, let's have a look. 8 times 1 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. So 8, 1, 4, and 2 are your factors of 8. But now, is 6 a factor of 8? Or is 16 a factor of 8? Because if we went 6 times 8 divided by 6, we would get 8. If you put that in your calculator, you'll see the answer is 8. So could we say that those are a factor of 8? Or what about 16 times a half? That equals 8 as well. This can't work. For it to be a factor, it must be an integer. This is extremely, extremely important. So what about negative items then? So these are not factors, let's not forget. So what about negative numbers then? Negative 8 times negative 1 is equal to 8. Negative 4 times negative 2 is equal to 8. So our factors of 8 are negative 8 over there, negative 4, negative 2, negative 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, most of the time when we talk about factors, we're only going to concern ourselves with the positive numbers. But just so you know, negative numbers can also be factors as long as it's an integer. And we remember that an integer is a positive or negative number. That is not a fraction or a whole number. Okay, so what are the number factors of 7? So 7 times 1 is equal to 7. We know that. Let us try and find another one. What about, 7 times what? What about 3 times 2? No, that equals 6. That's not a factor. What about 4? No. I mean, if we went 3.5 times 2, that equals 7, 3.5 times 2. But that's a half, that's not an integer. So the only factors of 7 are 7 and 1. Okay, let's clear that. What are the factors of 12? Okay, what are the factors of 12? Let's try this. 12 times 1. Now what I want to show you here is if it is even, you can always halve it to find a factor. So let's bear in mind that there cannot be a factor of 12 that is more than half of 12, right? So what do I mean by that? A factor of 12, if we half 12, let's half 12. 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. So that's easy. So we can say 6 times 2 is equal to 12. Brilliant. There can never be a factor of a number that is between half and the number. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 can never be a factor of 12. So we can always halve it if it's even. Okay, so let's go down. Is 5 a factor of 12? 5 times 3 is 15. So 5 times 3 is 15. That's too big. And 5 times 2 is 10, and that's too small. So 12 is in the middle here. That doesn't work. What about 4? Oh, yes, we know 4 times 3 is equal to 12. Okay, and then we've got 2, 3, and 4. So if we wanted to keep going down, we could say 3 times 4 is equal to 12. And we could say that 2 times 6 is equal to 12. But we don't need to do those because we've got them already. So our factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Right, let's clear that. What are our factors of 24? Again, let's divide it by 2. So we first know there's 24 times 1. That is a factor for every single number, because that equals 24. Then let's halve it again. 24 divided by 2 is 12. So 12 times 2 is equal to 24. What about 3? Let's try 3 here. Is there anything times 3 that can get us 24? 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 8 is 24. Okay, brilliant. Let's try 4. Is there anything times 4 that will get us 24? Let's think about this. 6 times 4 is 24. Brilliant. And what about 5? The only numbers left are 5 times 5, and that equals 25. So the factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. Great. So now what are the factors of 100? This sounds like it's getting a little bit more out of hand. So we know that the 100 times 1 is 100. Brilliant. Every time that will be an answer. We know that it's even, so we can halve it. So let's do that. So it's 50 times 2 is equal to 100. Great. 3. No, that won't work because it's 3 times 33.33. That won't work. Let's try 4. Oh, that will work. 25 times 4 is equal to 100. What about 5? What times 5 equals 100? Oh, 20 times 5. What about 6? So the way you can check the next number is you go 100 divided by 6. See what that equals. 100 divided by 7. What does that equal? 100 divided by 8 is also not going to work for us. And you can put these in and check them. For example, 100 divided by 6 is about 16.67. And that is not a whole number. It's not an integer, so we can't use it. 7 will give us not an integer, and so will 8. What about 9? No, 10. 10 could work. What about 10 times 10? Brilliant. That is equal to 100. And now that we've met the same numbers where the lowest and the highest have met, there can't be any more numbers, so we know the factors of 100 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20, 25, 50, and 100. Well done, guys. So that's what we're going to do for number factors.